Hey everyone, welcome to 99.6 The Howl for the uninitiated. This is an unedited YouTube vlog discussing everything Arizona Coyotes. It's been a busy week. With mention of the Coyotes moving to the Central Division in 2021 and just an avalanche of injuries to this team. It's getting pretty ridiculous how every season this team faces the most catastrophic injuries to pretty much any NHL team. Well, I don't pay attention to all the teams, but it just seems like the Coyotes, their key players are just always injured, and I have no idea what the problem is. The starting goalie and Ranta's injured, their backup Kemper is injured, Dvorak and Demers are out for the season, so that's like a top 2 centerman and a top 4 D-man out. And then recently Michael Grabner, who's our PK specialist, who has a lot of shorthanded goals. His eye is just in terrible shape. He got a high stick. And then Vinny Hinostroza is injured. He's week to week. So that's about 6 guys who are injured, and it's going to be a rough month for this team, and I'm pretty sure in December they play the most games out of any other month in the season. So the Coyotes got to, come together and just stick to the game plan and try to pick up some points. They beat LA on Tuesday. Good win, hanging on to that 2-1 lead late into the third. I thought LA looked all right, but their defense could not handle the speed of the Coyotes, and then they come back home against the Washington Capitals and San Jose Sharks. Pretty similar games, I would say. A lot of momentum shifting in both games. San Jose and Washington are elite teams in the NHL, bona fide playoff teams and cup contenders. And the Coyotes held their own. They went toe-to-toe with these teams in the Washington game. Coyotes come out to a 1-0 lead, and they pretty much trade chances with Washington. It was 2-2 late into the third when Washington scores a go-ahead goal, and then against San Jose, the Coyotes drops to 3-0. They're losing 3-0, and then a power play goal by Schmaltz really sparked the team, and the Coyotes took over that game after that power play goal with Panik scoring on the breakaway to tie it 3-3. And then Chikrin shot it, and Richardson tipped it in for that second goal. So it was 3-2, and then Panik on a breakaway made it 3-3. And the Coyotes were looking excellent. And then it was 3-3 in the late third, and just a collapse, a mental breakdown defensively, and Aiden Hill letting in a bit of a softy wraparound from a no-name NHLer guy. And Sharks win 5-3 with an empty netter. So, I'm happy the Coyotes battled in both games. I'm glad they weren't blowouts. I'm glad the Coyotes had energy in both games. They had good momentum going. I felt against the Sharks, they were kind of teetering a little bit in the first period. Especially that second goal by San Jose. That can't happen. Right after their first goal, you can't let them on their next shift score another goal to make it 2-0. Just unacceptable. And I think from then on, Coyotes really buttoned it down and kept the San Jose chances to a minimum, except for that Evander Kane breakaway, which Osterley sort of fumbled that play, and he made it 3-0. But with all the injuries the Coyotes are facing, it's hard to see this team beating teams like Washington and San Jose. It's kind of like you're hoping a bit too much to see the Coyotes on the scoreboard winning these games. They got an AHL goalie, a third-string goalie in net, and a couple rookies in the lineup who haven't seen more than 10 or 15 NHL games. So I think you're hoping a bit too much for the outcomes. I thought the Coyotes played great for what they had on the ice. But like I said, they're going to have the same roster for a couple of weeks. Hopefully Kemper might be the first one back. He's still listed as day-to-day. I'm hoping he comes for that Eastern trip, because that Eastern trip's going to be deadly. The Coyotes always, play to their weakness on the East side. I don't know what it is, but they have trouble against those teams. Thankfully, they got rid of the powerhouses in Pittsburgh and Washington out of the way. I think they played Boston and Rangers and Buffalo on this trip. So I mean, Buffalo and Boston are going to be hard games. Rangers, maybe they could take advantage of. But yeah, it's going to be a tough month. A lot of injuries. And with injuries, the call-ups come up. They called up Mario Kempe, Super Mario Kempe, and Connor Garland, which Kempe, I don't really like Kempe. He's just like a fodder. He's a good guy you plug into the fourth line and kind of makes it seamless, I guess. I don't expect much out of Kempe. But Connor Garland got called up and was put on the wing on Stepan and Fisher's line. He was okay. I don't expect much from Garland. I think he's way too small for the NHL. So is Keller, but Keller's got the skill set and the hockey IQ to offset that. I feel like Garland kind of just runs on the ice and chases after the puck a bit too much. But we'll see. Maybe he just needs confidence and some more chemistry with his line mates. And maybe he could be good. I'd like him to shoot more. If he's coming down on that wing, just shoot it. Maybe shoot it on the ice to the goalie's pads and get a rebound. But I don't expect much of these Tucson guys to produce for the Coyotes. They called up Michael Bunting too, so maybe he'll get a chance. But like I said, it's up to the veterans in Richardson, Goligoski, Ekman Larson, Jalmerson, who else live? Panik, and Stepan. Those guys are going to be needed. They need to be relied on every night from here on out with the injuries. They need to lead the team. They need to put up points. They need to be physical. Because if those players don't show up with energy or effort, that's just going to trickle down to the other guys, into Keller, Schmaltz, Krause, and Fisher. They need to see their veterans, even Galchenyuk. They need to see Galchenyuk and those veterans, like I mentioned. They need to see those guys put 100% effort game in and game out. And they got to follow suit, because if those guys don't get it going, it's going to be hard to rely on our young guys in Keller and Schmaltz to lead the team every night. They need supplementary help, and like last night against San Jose, you had Richardson pocket in a goal and Panik score a goal, and the top line and Schmaltz scored a goal. So that's what we need every night from here on out, and hopefully they do it, and hopefully they do it consistently. So that's it for me. Thanks for watching. It's going to be a rough month, so just buckle up and hold it down. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support.